Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي أما بعد. I feel so bad for the ones that will not be able to listen to the whole talk today. Like this is one of these talks that I just, so important, beyond your imagination, and the more you know about it, the more you realize that. Subhanallah. So be thankful that Allah chose you to listen to this. Alhamdulillah. Not because I'm speaking in la wallah, but because we will get to understand more the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Many of our own brothers and sisters, and let's be very realistic, have belittled knowledge, specifically Islamic knowledge. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam says many ahadith to magnify the importance of learning and seeking knowledge. He said sallallahu alayhi wasallam, "Man salaka tariqan yaltamisu fihi ilma, sahhala Allahu lahu tariqan ila al-jannah." Whomever seeks a road, a path to learn, Allah will make the road and the path to Jannah easy. And wallahi, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one who wills it to happen. Had He accepts your actions, every step you took to come to here, every rotation of that tire, whatever means you took to come here, even if it was clicking play, have you been watching on YouTube, wallahi, Allah will ease your road to Jannah. Do you guys trust the Prophet or no? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Look at the scholars and the way of thinking towards knowledge. Ali bin Abi Talib, he said, knowledge is more important and better than money. Why? Knowledge protects you. You protect money. Look at their understanding. Imam al-Shafi'i was asked for how much knowledge he has. He's like, yeah, Imam, you went to the east, to the west, and you learned all of this stuff. How do you feel when you learn something new? He said, whenever I go to a circle of knowledge, to a halaq or a gathering, and my ear listens to something that is new, I wish that all of my body parts were ears. Why? To enjoy what my ear is enjoying. Wow. He said, Ya Imam, how come your love to knowledge is so much? Oh Imam, tell us, how eager are you to learn? Like how much are you willing to put into in terms of effort to learn? You know what he said? He said, my eagerness towards knowledge is just like the eagerness of a mother that lost her child in terms of finding him or finding her. Subhanallah. How eager is a mother that lost a child, yelling and looking and giving up everything. Remember the mother of Ismail, Safa and Marwa? Once, twice, enough. Why would you 7 times? Because anything for my baby. Imam al-Shafi'i, anything for knowledge. Imam Ahmed bin Hanbal, he would say, Ya Imam, you traveled by foot, from Iraq to Yemen, by foot. Till when you will keep doing all this effort in towards learning the knowledge? He said, Min al-mahbarati ila al-maqbara. From the bookstore until I'm under the floor. Where he's trying to say until he dies, I will never stop. Subhanallah. These were the understanding of the ulama, of the scholars. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, look at this beautiful hadith. He said the example of a person with knowledge compared to the person that has no knowledge is like the importance and the level of the moon compared to other random small stars that you see. How beautiful is the moon and important it is compared to the tiny stars, which some of them you don't even see. That's the difference between al-alim and the one that doesn't know. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, brothers and sisters, believe in this. Had you one that have knowledge and you've been walking, the fish in the riverside, had they been alive, they will make tasbih for you. They will make dua for you. The animals, the fish. Imagine the trees that walk and they witness such and such sister walked from here. Brother such so and so walked from here. Subhanallah. May Allah make us amongst the ones that value knowledge. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Look at Ibn Rushd. Beautiful funny statement. He said, there were only 2 days of my life where I did not learn something new or sought something to learn. 2 days only in my entire life. Ibn Rushd. The first time is when my father passed away. And the second time, the day I got married. They were the only 2 days I've never opened a book to learn, subhanallah. You know what some of us would say? The only 2 times in my life that I tried to learn something was the first time I was forced to go to elementary school and Islamic school, and the second time was by accident when I went by YouTube video. The title was nice, it says like Batman or something, and it was something Islamic. Simple, just like that. May Allah make us amongst the ones that love knowledge and seek knowledge. This was not a waste of time. This was an introduction to today's talk and story. A mysterious character in the story, a beautiful story that, wallahi, and I said that in the email, and I swear by Allah once again, had we put the effort and we learn it and we practice it, most of your burdens, if not all of your worries and concerns will vanish. All. Everything in your life will vanish in terms of worry and concern. You'll put your trust in Allah and you'll be pleased with what Allah has given you. The story, what's the location? The location is in Egypt. It's currently what some people call Al-Giza or Al-Giza in Egypt, right beside Cairo, Qahira. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us a story in the hadith, and Allah records it in the Quran. When you find these 2 things, a hadith and a Quran telling you about the story, you know what? It is really, really important. All stories are important, but this one, pay close attention to. The Prophet gives it a hadith, a very long, nice hadith, about a page long. Not double-spaced, line by line. Nicely detailed. What happens? Musa alayhi salam, he comes and he gives khutbah to the people, a lecture about Allah's blessings and how Allah tests people and how people go through trials and tribulation, trying to educate the people of Bani Israel. Bani of Israel at that time, they were oppressed by who? By Fir'aun, oppressing them, killing the children, abusing the women right and left. So when someone is at that state, most of the time, their concern is about what? Give me money, give me food, I just want to survive, put knowledge on the side. Just like how many of us say these days, listen, that weekend I'm busy, I got work. I work on weekends. Right now, all what I'm trying to do is collect money from my university tuition. I'm trying to pay off my car. It's all about dunya, 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 desires. Some of people that did not come today here, for example, that have no excuse in general, not that they learn it somewhere else, they're simply sleeping. And maybe someone right now is just like stretching at this moment as you guys are chosen to learn this. They're stretching after sitting for like 3 hours when they slept till 2 p.m. and then they're like, and then they're like this, and all that's alive, and like, oh, and they're like, oh, iftar, still 2 hours, and he goes back to sleep. Allah chose you to be here, be thankful. People of Bani Israel, the Musa alayhi salam, khalas, he's trying to teach them, but they could no longer understand what he's saying. After he was done the khutbah, one of the people of Bani Israel came and asked a very lame question, like many of our own brothers and sisters. Sometimes I fall into this, alhamdulillah, and inshallah I won't do this again. You know what was the question after a whole khutbah? It's like me giving you this talk, and you're like, brother, where did you buy this shirt from? Is that what you got out of this whole hour? That's exactly what one guy did to Musa alayhi salam. He came, he said, Ya Musa, هل أنت أعلم أهل الأرض? Are you the most knowledgeable person on earth? What's the benefit? Yes, no, what's the benefit? Musa alayhi salam thinking about it. You know, Musa is what? Alayhi salam, he's the Kalimullah. He talked to Allah one-on-one. They had a dialogue with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah asked him about what he has in his hand. تِلْكَ بِيَمِينِكَ يَا مُوسَى. And there's no translator. And Musa said, what is it? Hiya asa, it's my staff. Subhanallah. So Musa thinking, I'm the only guy that talked to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm the prophet. I received revelation. Therefore the answer is yes. That's what he said exactly. I am the most knowledgeable person on earth. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reproached Musa alayhi salam, telling him that you should have not said that. You should have attributed the knowledge to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he should have said Allahu A'lam. So this is something to learn, just like how when the Prophet ﷺ did not say Insha'Allah when the people of Quraysh asked him about the people of the cave. He said, I will tell you tomorrow, but the Prophet did not say Insha'Allah, so Allah delayed the revelation. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to Musa alayhi salam, Ya Musa, I have one of my slaves in Majma' al-Bahrain who knows more than you. Wow. Majma' al-Bahrain, what does that mean? Junction of two seas. Two seas where they meet, a cross section. Majma' al-Bahrain. طيب, Musa is in Egypt beside Cairo. Where is Majma' al-Bahrain? Like, where is it? Like, what can it be? Where are two seas that cross one another? So I was trying to search and see, where do most scholars say they are? And there are three possible locations in which I found. So I don't know, inshallah this is clear. I tried to put down projector, but it's going to take time. And the halaqah, this halaqah is so long that wallahi, some took over 20 hours just for the story. And because I'm very ignorant, all what I can give you is an hour, and I'm like pushing it. But inshallah we'll try our best. So and I hope this is clear. This is Egypt, northeast of Africa. This is where Al-Jiza, like, or Cairo, that's where Musa alayhi salam is. Majma' al-Bahrain is where two seas intersect, right? So there are three options. Mediterranean Sea intersects with the Nile River. How far is it from where Musa is? Roughly 225 kilometers. So you're talking about a really long distance walking, isn't it? You're talking somewhere London or above London, Ontario. The other option is Ras Muhammad. That's a location called beside Sharm el-Sheikh, for the ones that know where is it. So he's here, he has to go up and then go down into Sina. How far is that? About 550 kilometers. The third option is beyond this page. It's where the White Nile intersects with the Blue Nile. Where? In Sudan, beside the capital in Khartoum. So it's about right here. How far is it from Cairo or Giza? 1,600 kilometers. You're talking beyond Montreal. So now, with all these possible locations, did Allah tell them where that slave that knows more than Musa alayhi salam is? Did Allah tell them? The ones that memorize the verse, they know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not tell them. So how was the reaction of Musa alayhi salam? Do you know what was the first thing he said? The prophet who received revelation, Kalimullah, did he say, I know enough, I don't think I have to learn anymore. Wallahi, subhanallah, satisfied. Raditu billahi rabba wa bil ilm alladhi indi. I'm satisfied with the knowledge that I have. Never said that. Never. Ever. Do you know what he said? The prophet Musa alayhi salam said, Ya Rab, kayfa li bih? How can I find them? Do you have the eagerness? The prophet did. Don't say, Wallah, I'm busy to learn, I'm busy to do this. We have so much time to do one of the most miserable things in our lives, waste time like crazy. Rather, we say kill time, and had we been truthful, we would say we are killing ourselves. Musa alayhi salam, Rabbi, tell me where, how can I find him? Allah gives him another intriguing and beautiful hint. And he doesn't tell him exactly where he is. He said, grab a bucket, like a lunchbox, a bag, and put in it a fish, and walk. And whenever you lose that fish is where you will find that man. Isn't it mysterious? Who is that man? We don't know his real name. Is he married? I don't know. He has children? I don't know. Where does he originally live? I have no idea. Is he dead? I don't know. How old was he? I have no idea. What language does he speak? Apparently looks Arabic, but I don't know anything more than this. Very mysterious character. Very mysterious. Musa alayhi salam, very excited to go and learn. Musa, where are you going to go? If he goes up north to Mediterranean Sea and the Nile, he might not be there. Are you guys realizing what I'm saying? He might walk there and not find him, and he might go down to Sudan, 1,600 kilometers, and not find him, and then go all the way to Sinai and then finds him. Are you willing to walk with your own foot, O Musa alayhi salam? Yes, Allah teaching him and us, put effort into getting knowledge. Put the effort, move, move, move. Musa alayhi salam, he did not say, oh Allah, why not bring Jibreel and with his wing, let's take me to that man, and I'll grab my notes and start writing it. He didn't say, oh Allah, give me the buraq, which the Prophet went on to go from Mecca to Jerusalem, so I can go from my place to Majma' al-Bahrain. Didn't say that. Excited, I got that destination, that's all what I want to be doing, I want to go and learn. Then Musa alayhi salam telling the people of Israel, I am going to learn. Are you that humble, brothers and sisters, to learn from someone that is younger than you? Are you humble enough to learn from someone that is way older than you? Are you humble enough to learn from someone that has an accent? Are you humble enough to learn from someone that he would say something which you already know? Are you humble enough? There are 3 characteristics. I'm going to take a tangent, but I'm going to come back to it. Very important. 3 keys of the person that wants to learn. The sign of a person that truly wants to learn, wants to get closer to Allah. I'll give you 3 points. Number 1, persistence. He's determined, I want to learn no matter what it is. Not what it is in terms of information. No matter how hard it is, I will seek that route to learn. It takes money, I'm going to pay money. It takes time, I'm going to spend my time. It takes my life, I'll spend my life. It's going to take muscles, I'll put my muscles. If it takes mind, I'll put my mind. Whatever it takes, I'm going to go and learn. Just like how that boy who went to a very wise scholar, that's an example of that first point. He went and he told them, oh wise man, I want to learn all the information which you have. Everything that's in your mind, I want it. The scholar, the wise man, asked him a question, are you truthful? He said, absolutely, I really want to learn. He said, okay, come follow me to the river. They went to the river. The wise man said, look at the river. You see what I see? He said, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, get closer. So the boy got closer. That scholar, the wise man, grabbed his head and put it and dipped it into the water. The boy couldn't breathe anymore. He going crazy. He cannot breathe until a few moments later when the scholar felt that it's really dangerous. He lifted his head up and asked him a question. He's like, what's wrong with you? The scholar said, I have a question for you. He said, what is it? He said, what was the most important thing at the point when you were under the water? What was that one thing that you're willing to give up everything in the world for? He said, oxygen, to breathe. He said, if your eagerness towards learning is less than the eagerness towards oxygen, then you are wasting my time and your time. So come and learn from me when your eagerness towards knowledge is equivalent to the eagerness towards breathing. Wow. Point number 2 is that you humble yourself and you're easygoing and you're not hard-headed and you are respectful to the one who's teaching you. Absolutely respectful. Even if he had to grab his bag, even if he had to shine his shoes. Yes, even if he had to go down and shine his shoes, you do that for the sake of knowledge. We live in a society that to them, this is extreme. I'm a terrorist right now for saying that. Clean your teacher's shoe, I'm a terrorist. Khalas, yeah. And in a society where I've witnessed where a student would put his feet, both of them, in front of the professor's face, and the professor will not mind, nor will the student see something wrong. The ulama teach us absolutely not. Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, Imam Ahmad was sitting in his house. Imam Shafi'i, few houses away, when he wants to lay down, he would never put his feet towards Imam Shafi'i's house. Why? Because my teacher is there, and it's not right to extend my feet towards him. This is the society, this is the knowledge. You respect and you humble yourself. Look at Sheikh Muhammad Hassan, and I perhaps said this before. When he was learning from a sheikh, at that moment he was probably knowledgeable enough, but enough to give like talks and respectful, and very respected all over Egypt. And there's no such thing as the word enough. I'll take the word enough back. When he was following his teacher, the moment his teacher took off the shoe, what did Sheikh Muhammad, may Allah protect him, do? He rushed to his slippers, grabbed it, and put it right here. And then he walks. He's like, no, I got it. At the respect which they had. Do you know what the students said at the end of the talk? What was the favorite part of the talk? You know what they said? The moment Sheikh Muhammad picked up the slippers of his teacher. Humble, easygoing. I just got an email few minutes ago by a guy emailing the imams. I have no idea how he got my email. I have no idea. A guy from Toronto emailing the Imam of Windsor, Imam of Waterloo, Imam of Toronto, some places here and there, and accusing them. Are we putting our hands over our eyes towards the hadith of Rasulullah about moon sighting? We should not go by Mecca. This is ridiculous. How in the world do we judge about moon sighting when it's still morning in Windsor? While in Mecca, they didn't even see it, they looked through the telescope. Then he was making fun. Wallahi, that's the email, I would love to show it to you. He said, Really, why not? We all pray at the same time. Dhuhr in Mecca, we pray Dhuhr right now. They break their fast, let's break our fast, 2 p.m., Bismillah, let's go. Why are we just blindly following? Look how he's talking to the imams. No manners, no respect, no humble. This guy will never learn. With that attitude, you will never learn. Then we move back to the story, just showing you the etiquette and the attitude of Musa alayhi salam. So he said, let's go. So Musa tells the people in Israel, I'm going to go and learn from this man. He was not shy to put as Facebook status going to the Thursday halaqah. He wasn't shy. Wallahi, wallahi, had he been alive, he would not be shy to write this down. Some of us are shy, like, no, they're going to think I'm closed-minded. La, la. I'm going to go chill at the basketball court, not even say the masjid. So then he went, he said, oh people, I don't know how long it will take. Why? Because you don't know where place, right? What place he's going to. And then who does he accompany with? Who comes along with him? He chooses a young boy who his name is, he's a prophet. Yusha bin Nun. Excellent, mashallah alayk. Yusha bin Nun. Young boy. And Musa alayhi salam told him, all what you gotta do is what? Grab that lunchbox. They have their food in it, and in it is a fish. All what you have to do, walk with me with this lunchbox, and the moment you see the fish missing, what do? You tell me, and this indicates that the man we're looking for is right here. Clear? Beautiful. Musa alayhi salam and who? Yusha bin Nun, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with both of them. Yusha bin Nun, a very simple boy at that time. He was not a leader at that point yet, but following a leader. And look, maybe later on, inshallah, we'll talk about the history of Yusha bin Nun. Knowledge is so expensive, they keep walking. Know that there is no Facebook at that time. He cannot send them his image. This is how I look like. It's not that he will go into the page and see location, marital status, no, that stuff. Pictures and some tags, or where would he be, who else would know him, nothing. As simple as it sounds, I have no idea where in the world the guy is. Look at what Musa alayhi salam said, and this is the first verse in the Quran. In the Quran, that chapter is chapter number 18. There are 110 verses. 23 of them are about the story. 23. Allahu Akbar. The first ayah about the story, look how beautiful it is. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says,
وَإِذْ قَالَ مُوسَى لِفَتَاهُ لَا أَبْرَحُ حَتَّى أَبْلُغَ مَجْمَعَ الْبَحْرَيْنِ أَوْ أَمْضِيَ حُقُبًا.
I will not settle, I will not relax, I will not enjoy my life until I find the junction of the two seas, or I will keep going for years and years. Naam, years and years walking until I find I want to gain more knowledge. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to Rasulullah in the hadith that they walked, and we don't know, did they miss the first location or not? Did they go to the second one? Allah knows best. As they were walking, they saw a rock where they chose to settle and relax. So Musa alayhi salam sat along with Yusha bin Nun, chilling on the rock until, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with them, and alayhim salam, they slept. When they slept, what happened? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered that water, because they're walking on the shore, right? The seashore. That water came, and the water came somehow, and some drops on the fish. And then the fish came back to life. That fish jumped out of that lunchbox and made its trace towards the water, and then jumped in.
فلما بلغا مجمع بينهما نسيا حوتهما فاتخذ سبيله في البحر سربا.
And don't be surprised about fish coming back to life. Are you guys surprised? Isn't it amazing? Who thinks it's amazing? The fish was dead, came back. Imagine you're eating a seafood restaurant and then it goes up again. And imagine this, like, you can sue the company for like millions. Isn't it amazing? Do you know that you die every single night? Every single night you literally die. Literally die, not a joke, you die. You die every single night. So when someone tells you, how does it feel to be dead? You feel it every single night. Every single night. Allah says in the Quran, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
وهو الذي يتوفاكم بالليل ويعلم ما جرحتم بالنهار ثم يبعثكم فيه ليقضى أجل مسمى ثم إليه مرجعكم ثم ينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون.
Every single night you die and Allah resurrects you, then He will judge you according to what you've done. So no reason to be shocked. The dua which I hope all of us say in the morning, what is it? After we wake up, Alhamdulillah الذي أحيانا بعدما آماتنا وإليه النشور. We thank Allah, the one who brought us back to life after we were dead. وإليه النشور, and to Him we will go back. Every single morning. Subhanallah. May Allah make us amongst the ones that are always aware of death. Yusha bin Nun, what was his task? The only thing he had to do was just check the lunchbox. Just walk. Okay, still there. Okay, that's it. That's all he had to do. Simple boy. When they woke up, Musa a.s. walked along with Yusha bin Nun. And Yusha did not notice the fish was missing. They kept walking and walking all day until the night came, until they both slept, until they both woke up. And Musa a.s. said, what was the verse? Who has it memorized? Beautiful, beautiful.
جاوزا قال لفتاه آتنا غداءنا لقد لقينا من سفرنا هذا نصبا.
غداءنا is not lunch here. See, I didn't know that. غداءنا means what? They just woke up, so it is breakfast. So as they were going to their lunch box, Yusha bin Nun, the fish is not here. And imagine how nervous he gets. And I will show you how nervous and how worried he gets in the following verse. Then, لَقَدْ لَقِينَ مِنْ سَفْرِينَ هَذَا نَصْبًا. We got exhausted from this traveling. Not complaining from Allah, but he was complaining to Allah. We just got tired. Then, this is what Yusha says, beautiful. He says, قَالَ أَرَأَيْتَ إِذْ أَوَيْنَا إِلَى الصَّخْرَةِ. How about we go back to the rock? Why would we go backwards?
إذ أوينا إلى الصخرة فإني نسيت الحوت وما أنسانيه إلا الشيطان أن أذكره واتخذ سبيله في البحر عجبا.
وما أنسانيه إلا الشيطان. And what made me forget about the fish leaving the lunchbox or the bag is who? The shaitan. And shaitan does not want you to learn. Wallahi, shaitan, the last thing he wants is for you to learn. The last thing shaitan wants is for you to go to Jannah. And the last thing shaitan wants is for you to know that Allah said in the Quran that he's an enemy. فَاتَّخِذُوهُ عَدُوًّا. So take him as an enemy. Allah said that in the Quran. Shaitan is an enemy, so take him as an enemy. Then Musa a.s. remember the three traits of a one who wants to really learn? Remember it? What was the second one? First one was what? Determination, no matter what it is. Number two, respect, humbleness, easygoing. Did he like you? He said, let's go. That's what we wanted. We want to know exactly the location. He said, قَالَ ذَلِكَ مَا كُنَّا نَبْغِ. That's exactly what we want. We went ahead. فَارْتَدَّ عَلَىٰ آثَارِهِمَا قَصَصًا. So the ones that read the surah almost every week, what does this last phrase mean? فَارْتَدَّ عَلَىٰ آثَارِهِمَا قَصَصًا. I'm not trying to embarrass anyone, but I learned that recently as well, showing you that we end up learning something. I hope the point is across. If you know it, raise your hand, don't be shy. What does it mean? One more time. فَارْتَدَّ عَلَىٰ آثَارِهِمَا قَصَصًا. MashaAllah. This guy, mashallah, rocks it. And then they followed their footsteps, the traces. They're like, okay, we were here, just going at whatever the rock was. Is it clear? فَارْتَدَّ عَلَىٰ أَثَارِهِمَا قَصَصًا. That's how Allah described the story, very detailed. He could have said they went back to the rock, and they found the man. And he taught them whatever it is, and they went back to Ben Israel. This story is powerful, it's not like that. Now, that was, what was it? Prior to the trip. And now the real stuff. There are four components to the talk. First one we mentioned before the trip, and now they will go and meet that person. And then number 3 and 4 are about being pleased with Allah. So first 2 are knowledge, second 2 are pleasure. Can you do this? It's difficult, huh? Just for the fun of it, that's just the icebreaker. Who can do this? So you tap and you move both. You're like, it's difficult. Just do it after the halaqah. Don't try it. One more time, so just do this. It's very difficult. Wallah, it took me about months to do it. But that's how much free time I had. May Allah protect us. So Musa alayhi salam, wallah, if you flip the camera, it would be very nice. So Musa alayhi salam, along with Yusha bin Nun, they go back to the rock, and who do they find? A man covering his face. I'm telling you, the whole guy is mysterious, like beyond your imagination, mysterious. Covering his face. What are you doing here? At a cross section of 2 seas. Then they went, and Musa alayhi salam, very humble, met that man, and the name is Alkhedr. That's why I'm wearing this color. In Arabic, this is Akhdar, green. So one sister knew the story from my shirt. That was crazy, mashallah. That was nice, not crazy, sorry. That was nice, mashallah. From the shirt, she knew the story, and the brother, one of the brothers also noticed that, mashallah. So he was covered, Musa alayhi salam, very humbly telling him, Assalamu alayk. May peace be upon you. Very humble. And then look what Alkhedr responds. وَأَنَّ بِأَرْضِكَ السَّلَامِ. And how can there be peace in your country? Whoa. You're all the way somewhere in the world there. How do you know about Bani Israel? He said, how can you have peace in your country when Pharaoh is there? When oppression is there, how can there be peace? Then Musa alayhi salam told Alkhedr, I am Musa. He told him, Musa Bani Israel, Musa from Bani Israel. He said, Na'am, and I came to follow you. Underline the word follow. Attabi'uk. I came to follow you and learn from your knowledge. Alkhedr said, I have knowledge that which you do not know, and you have knowledge that which I do not know. Then Musa alayhi salam and Alkhedr, and I have to stop at that one point where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran,
فَوَجَدَا عَبْدًا مِّنْ عِبَادِنَا آتَيْنَاهُ رَحْمَةً مِّنْ عِنْدِنَا وعلمناه من لدنا علما.
فوجد عبدا من عبادنا, and he found one of my slaves. One of my slaves. Like one of my people. Imagine Allah says, and Musa found one of my people. You know, there's one guy that was kind of rude at work. And then he replied to my email. He said, firstly, I emailed him something. He said, firstly, this and that. Secondly, this and that. Thirdly, like, why this attitude? Chill, yani. So then the email, I don't complain, I'm fine. I just tell my friend, colleague beside me, I'm like, is this normal in the company? He said, no, that's not normal. He was very upset. He's like, forward this email to who? Not to the supervisor, to the senior manager. And when you go to the senior manager in Chrysler, you're going really, really, really big, and Allahu Akbar. So the email is forward to that man. Now this is, when you see that man in your two, you know the email you open to, you see the name, people vibrate, people shake. So he sends an email to that guy's supervisor. He says, I don't appreciate how one of your employees is talking to one of my people. I'm like, yeah, I am one of his people. Wallah, I felt so powerful. And no one dared to talk to me badly after that. Why? Because he's one of his people. Allah says, فَوَجَدَ عَبْدًا مِّنْ عِبَادِنَا, and he found a slave of one of my slaves. May Allah make us amongst the one whom Allah is proud of. Whom Allah is proud to tell the angels, look at my slave who is worshipping me when it's only an hour left for iftar and they still came and learned. May Allah make us among these people. We have mistakes, I know. We all have mistakes. But may Allah make us amongst the ones whom He loves. Ameen Rabbil Alameen. We said we could not let go of this. Then Musa alayhi salam,
هل أتبعك على أن تعلمني مما علمت رشدا.
Musa alayhi salam, valuing the teacher, he said, Allah, follow, attabi'. And I know some of you would have this word, follow on Twitter. Connect it, it's fine, connect it. No, absolutely, connect it as much as you want. It's a perfect example. Follow, right? Who has the most number of followers? Come on, I said this before. MashaAllah, Shaykh. Huh? Okay. Lady Gaga has the most number of followers with 20 million. Simple. I truly believe anyone that follows such people is a humiliated person. And anyone that follows the ulama and the scholars which Allah would accept from them are the ones that Allah will honor. When you follow, you're kind of humiliating or humbling yourself. So watch out who you follow. Don't say, yeah, I'm just following this because she was right there, just clicked follow. No. Seriously, watch who you follow on Twitter. This tells me who you are. Who do you humiliate yourself to? Humble yourself to the ulama and to the scholars, but don't humble yourself to the ones that take Allah as an enemy. Don't humble yourself to a girl that stands in stage naked. Don't humble yourself. Don't follow these people. Watch who you follow, and Allah will ask you. He said, "Attabi'uk." Would you mind following you? He did not say, would you mind if I hang out with you? Urafiquka. He did not say, can I befriend you, then delete me after we're done? Usahibuka, not attabi'uka. Look at the Musa, one of the top 5 prophets ever sent on earth. Yes, attabi'uka. And then he went and then he followed Alkhedr. But Alkhedr gave him one condition, just one. What was it?
إنك لن تستطيع معي صبرا وكيف تصبر على ما لم تحط به خبرا قال ستجدني إن شاء الله صابرا ولا أعصي لك أمرا قال فإن اتبعتني فلا تسألني عن شيء حتى أحدث لك منه ذكرا.
I will do stuff, it might not make sense to you, but don't ask me about why am I doing it, what am I doing, where I'm doing it, how I'm doing it, until I tell you. Deal? Deal. So that was done. Remember the nice 4 fingers we had? So the first 2 pieces were what? Knowledge, and this was the unseen, the future, being pleased with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and now we're at 3. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless our time. فَانْطَلَقَا, and then they moved. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by the way, did Allah tell him what he will learn? No. Excuse me? So Musa might be going all over Egypt, north to south, south to north, east to west, and Musa doesn't even know what he will learn. All what Musa knows is that that man knows more stuff than me, and since Allah told me about him, and Allah said he's one of my slaves, that means he has beneficial knowledge. That's a 3rd trait. Remember? First trait, what was it? For one that wants to learn, what was it? Dedication. Number 2, humbleness and respect. Number 3 is knowledge that is of benefit, not useless knowledge. That's what, when you consider yourself, you're actually learning. فَانْطَلَقَ Musa alayhi salam moves along with Alkhedr, and lo and behold, as they're walking by the shore, seashore, they find a group of people on the boat. They are fuqara or masakin. Are they miskin or fuqara? Poor or masakin? I don't know what's the word masakin in English. Masakin. What's the difference between faqir and miskin? Miskin is the one that has income but can barely take care of the day. Like my income is like daily, just like whatever it is for the day, and that's it. And anything less can also be miskin. That's the range of a miskin. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَانْطَلَقَ حَتَّى. Oh, I jumped to the next one, sorry. Then when they saw a ship, they went on the ship. Question, what happened to the people? Did they accept them to jump into the boat? Yes, they did. Did they pay for it? Did they pay the fare? No, they loved Alkhedr. They respect Alkhedr. They said, come along, don't worry about paying us, don't worry about it, let's go. Apparently their job, what was it? Is to take people from one place to another place. Just transportation. And Alkhedr didn't even pay to them. They said, we don't want any money from you. Look how humble they were, and look how nice he was in the past that they allowed them to do so. And masakin, remember that, miskin, you want money, but subhanAllah, may Allah protect them. May Allah have mercy upon them, they dead, I want to protect them. May Allah protect them under the grave. As they went,
فانطلقا حتى إذا ركبا في السفينة خرقها قال أخرقتها لتغرق أهلها لقد جئت شيئا إمرا.
And look at his concern where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قال أخرقتها لتغرق أهلها. Did you poke a hole in it? Did you ruin it to make them what, drown? Look at this. Look how lovely Musa alayhi salam is. He said, did you want them to drown? You're in the ship, Musa. Why aren't you worried about yourself? Prophets and righteous people and the ones that call to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, their last thing in their mind is themselves. The last thing is me. It's all about the people, serving the people, help them out, anything possible. Go, Bismillah. You want help? Yes, I'm here. Support, inshallah, I'm here. Money, I'm here, inshallah. Dua, I'm here, inshallah. That's the mentality of the righteous people and the prophets and the dua and the scholars. May Allah grant them all sincerity, Ameen Rabbil Alameen, and may Allah make us amongst them, and all of you guys. He said, are you going to make them drown? Didn't worry about himself. Then what did Alkhedr say? قال ألم أقل إنك لن تستطيع معي صبرا. Didn't I say didn't I say you will not be patient? Then what did Musa say? قال لا تؤاخذني بما نسيت. I forgot. My bad. لا تؤاخذني بما نسيت. The Prophet ﷺ said in the hadith, this one he forgot. He actually did forget to remain silent. قال لا تؤاخذني بما نسيت ولا ترهقني من أمري عسرا. I apologize, I forgot. Don't punish me for it. Take it easy on me, please. It was very nice following Alkhedr when Musa was the one who talked to Allah one-on-one. Then they move on. And by the way, from the point of view of Musa, was that evil or good that happened? That was very evil, isn't it? You ruined the people's life. Then they move on. فَانْطَلَقَا حَتَّى إِذَا لَقِيَ غُلَامًا. Imagine this. They were drowning, the boat was drowning, and then the Khidr and the people left, and Musa, and the Khidr did not stop. فَانْطَلَقَا. They kept moving. حَتَّى إِذَا لَقِيَ غُلَامًا. They saw a young boy playing with other boys, playing around. فَانْطَلَقَا حَتَّى إِذَا لَقِيَ غُلَامًا فَقَتَلَهُ. The boy was here, grabbed a sword, chopped his head off. A young boy had his head chopped off in front of Musa alayhi salam. The boy was playing with other kids. What did Musa say? The first one, okay, evil, and I forgot, and I'll try my best. But the second one, he said,
قال أقتلت نفسا زكية بغير نفس لقد جئت شيئا نكرا.
قال أقتلت نفسا زكية بغير نفس. You killed an innocent soul that did not kill anyone else. You have no justification to what you've done, killing that boy. What did he say? قال ألم أقل لك إنك لن تستطيع معي صبرا. First time he said you once. Now he said, didn't I tell you that you will not be able to be patient?
قال ألم أقل لك إنك لن تستطيع معي صبرا. قال إن سألتك عن شيء بعدها فلا تصاحبني قد بلغت من لدني عذرا.
Did he give him another chance? He does the third time. Now they walk. فانطلقا. Look, فانطلقا. They're moving. They're not stopping. فانطلقا حتى إذا أتيا أهل قرية استطعما أهلها. They were going and they were starving all day long in the ocean. And then they saw that boy that got killed. And now they're very hungry. They're starving. They go into an entire village where they're all stingy. Stingy people knocking on their doors, telling them, you have any food? No one giving them anything to eat. Nothing. Then Alkhedr, as he was walking, he noticed there's a wall that is leaned. Alkhedr said, let's go, let's do this. Do what? Let's fix the wall. Fix the wall, okay. Fix the wall, okay, straighten it up. Nice, straight, perpendicular, beautiful, perfect, solid, nice. Musa is like, are you serious? That's how it sounds like. Are you kidding me? They all refused to give us food, and you built an entire wall, reconstructed a wall for them. You could have asked them for money. You could have asked them for food. You've done a job. What did Alkhedr say at that point?
سأنبئك بتأويل ما لم تستطع عليه صبرا.
So I'm going to tell you now, explain to you what the things that you were not been able to be patient about. Then he goes in to the future of things. Everything I mentioned, Allah chooses 3 stories which touches almost every single one of us. Delay in finding a job, delay in marriage, a delay in something that you really enjoy. Or sometimes you might find someone that gains something which you believe he or she does not deserve it. Rather, you're supposed to be getting it. Doesn't that happen? Where you think you should be getting it, but you don't end up getting it, and someone not deserving ends up getting it? Allah gives you all these stories. And sometimes when someone dies in a family, and you're like, why? They're so young, there's such a child, a cute baby or a boy or adult. Why? Allah touches on most of the topics that surround us, and look how Allah tells you why and the future of them. First one, when they, what? They took off that wooden sheet of the boat and the boat was sinking.
السفينة فكانت لمساكين يعملون في البحر فأردت أن أعيبها وكان وراءهم ملك يأخذ كل سفينة غصبا.
But any correct, nicely made boat that operates well, there is a king, an oppressor that comes and take the boat. So that's why I drilled the hole, so the boat sinks, so they have to go back and they can no longer go to the area, because had they went, they will what? All the wealth in the boat will be taken away, they will probably be taken as prisoners, and the boat will be taken away, everything. So let's think about something. Let's say Musa, let's say, just imagine, okay? Just imagine, are you guys ready? Musa does not take that wood thing off, they arrive and the king sees them. Think about it. They will come, the king says, oh, this is my boat from now on. Nicely beautiful boat, it's not sinking, everything is nicely constructed. One guy gets irritated. Who do you think you are? He's like, get this guy, kill him. Why? How can you argue with him? And then his head gets chopped off. And then his children are now orphans. Another guy, he says, why? Why are you doing this? Go to jail. And then all the money is taken away, and no longer their family will be connected to them. Allah made this happen, even though to them it doesn't make sense. And to Musa, what was it? Evil in his point of view, right? Do you think after knowing that in a day of judgment, these people on a day of judgment, do you think they will thank Musa? Musa, jazakallah khair for ruining our boat. Alkhedr, also, jazakallah khair, excellent. Alkhedr, thank you so much. You will find it weird happening now, but this is what we will do to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when Allah reveals why you got into a car accident. Why did this guy dump you? A halal proposal. Or why did that girl reject you? Like me, many times. I will know in the day of judgment, inshallah, why all this happened. Why did we end up having a broken knee? Why did I lose my watch? Why? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reveal that to you on the day of judgment, and this is one of the beauty, the ni'mah on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Then Alkhedr and Musa continue, and he tells them, and about the boy, you know what about the boy? That boy was a horrible person. Do you know what Allah uses as a word? Tughyana. Tughyana is a very high level of oppressive person. Not like Asi, no, Tughyana, very bad person, that he was about to be a tyrant when he grows up. And had he grown up, he was going to make his parents non-Muslim anymore. Non-Muslim anymore. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made that boy die, and then Allah will substitute that family with a righteous boy. You might ask a question, why did Allah from the beginning then get that boy? Sah? If Allah is going to substitute them with a good boy, why did Allah bring it to begin with? I'll tell you some of key points, and only Allah knows best why. This person, it's enough to tell you that when this boy dies, the parents are guaranteed paradise. Enough. I can stop right here, sah? Rasulullah ﷺ, didn't he say that the boy or a child dies before the age of puberty on the day of judgment in an authentic hadith? He or she, the boy or the girl, will grab their parents by their shirt, by their qamis, and they will pull them and they will tell Allah, we will not go to Jannah until my parents are in with me. Subhanallah. So now, after knowing this hadith, will we complain if someone of our children die? Yes, we will cry. Yes, we will be very painful. But Allah told us the unseen. Allah given us this story. You never know what was about to happen. And isn't it true that this boy, had he grown up and become a tyrant, where will he end up most likely? Hellfire, most likely, according to this perspective. Now that he died, where is he going? Jannah, because he died before the age of puberty. Subhanallah. And because he died, they're guaranteed Jannah. He's going to Jannah, and his mother's going to cry so much, and every pain she's going through wipes out her sins, and then she'll make dua for her son and for that child, and she'll make umrah for him, and she'll go hajj for him, and she will donate to get the reward for the child, and the child is going up in Jannah, doesn't know what in the world is going on. And the mother, had her son not die, she will not be that religious. I know if I told you this a few years ago, my own aunt, when her son passed away at the age of 18 in a car accident, she wore the hijab. But it's very sad that she had to wear it after the guy died. But you see the point? Sometimes it happens and you got closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then the third one on the wall. Now the first one was evil in the point of view of Musa. Second was evil in the point of view of Musa. The third one was evil. Building the wall was evil, was good. Allah is teaching us, don't teach people something routine. Every single time the same thing, the same tone. Okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. And then أما السفينة. And then I hope you guys enjoyed the talk. And inshallah, no, do something, change things, let people understand, let people learn. Allah could have given another example. Change. The answer in the multiple choice question is not always C. It's not always C. Enjoy looking at A, B, and D. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying evil, evil, good. And then you might say, why did this guy get good when I'm more deserving of it? Don't worry about it. Allah knows best.
وَأَمَّا الْجِدَارُ فَكَانَ لِغُلَامَيْنِ يَتِيمَيْنِ فِي الْمَدِينَةِ وَكَانَ تَحْتَهُ كَنْزٌ لَهُمَا وكان أبوهما صالحا فأراد ربك أن يبلغا أشدهما ويستخرجا كنزهما رحمة من ربك
وكان أبوهما صالحا. Their parents, their father was very righteous man. The ulama said, Ibn Kathir says, it was the seventh grandparent that was so righteous that it was influenced all the way to the bottom, that protected the rights and the wealth of the people that came in his generation. So you be righteous inshallah and Allah will protect your progeny. There are so many proofs in the Quran wherein when you go to Jannah at your level, whatever your level is, you might at one point realize that you end up going up in Jannah and you have no idea why, and then you end up going up like you see your cousin. Like, whoa, what up, man? How I end up being here? Because your cousin was so righteous that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed all the relatives of that man, of that girl, to go up with them. And may Allah make you amongst the ones that are all the way up and bring all your family up. You're like, get up. Remember when I used to wake up for Fajr and used to get upset? Remember mama when I wore the hijab and I stopped wearing my tight jeans and you were so upset? You're like, you look weird with that jilbab and that loose clothes. Mama, remember? Look where I brought you now, mama. Who's your mama now? And then all that stuff, and then you enjoy inshallah Jannah. Then وَكَانَ أَبُوهُمَا صَالِحًا فَأَرَادَ رَبُّكَ أَنْ يَبْلُغَا أَشُدَّهُمَا وَيَسْتَخْرِجَا كَنْزَهُمَا رَحْمَةً مِنْ رَبِّكَ. Yes, the blessing was delayed. Yes, the ni'mah was delayed. But they will get it when they get old and strong and no one can oppress them. وَمَا فَعَلْتُهُ عَنْ أَمْرِي.
وَمَا فَعَلْتُهُ عَنْ أَمْرِي ذَلِكَ تَأْوِيلُ مَا لَمْ تَسْطِعْ عَلَيْهِ صَبْرًا.
It was from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ذَلِكَ تَأْوِيلُ مَا لَمْ تَسْطِعْ عَلَيْهِ صَبْرًا. First time was تَسْتَطِعْ because it was so heavy on Musa. Now Musa is relaxed. تَسْطِعْ, not تَسْتَطِعْ. Is that clear? For the ones that know the surah can understand this better than me. In conclusion, with 2 minutes which we have, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam tells us, ذَاقَ حَلَاوَةَ الْإِيمَانِ. You will taste the sweetness of Iman. Who? من رضي بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا. You will taste the sweetness of Iman had you been pleased with Allah as your Lord, Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم as your Prophet, Islam as your religion. Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم said in an authentic hadith, من قال, whomever says in the morning, رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا, I will grab that person and hold them in with their hand, hold their hand, and walk with that person to Jannah. Who says that in the morning? رضيت بالله ربا بالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. Imagine just the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم holding your hands. May Allah make us amongst the ones who are held by the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم hands. This is to encourage you to read Surat Alkahf. Allah make you read that story every single week. Do not complain about what things happen to you. Brothers and sisters, wallahi, 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 whatever happens to the believers amongst you, and may Allah make us all believers, is nothing but good for you. Nothing that happens. No such thing as, wallah, Allah hates me, Allah wants to punish me. No, no. Everything that happens to you is good for you. Everything, everything, everything. Everything in your mind. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, that thing that you're thinking about, yes, that was good for you. Yeah, that one too, yes, that was good for you. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ajaban li amri al-mu'min," amazing in the state of the believer. Everything that happens to them is what? Good. And that does not happen except for a believer. وَذَاكَ لَيْسَ إِلَّا لِلْمُؤْمِنِ. Only the believer experiences goodness. إِنْ أَصَابَتْهُ خَيْرٍ. If something good happens to them, they are thankful and that is good for them. And if something harmful or something they feel pain or tragedy in their family or anything, صَبَر, and they became patient, and that is good for them. So everything that happens to you is good for you. May Allah make us amongst the ones that realize this, amongst the ones that read Surat Alkahf every week. Don't forget to read Surat Alkahf tomorrow, promise. Promise, read Surat Alkahf tomorrow. Allah wants you to remember every week, renew your satisfaction with Allah. Renew your satisfaction with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Read the story. I hope now it looks different when you read it. It sounds different.